I could finally go online since I think I grew a little bit of hair from being dragged out in the street. As we all know, they did that to break down my traits and mess up some of the pictures that I had online before this all happened. So got a little bit in me now to go live and give a brief on where my case is at. So the case is right now still in that federal claims building. Everybody knows it's on delay. Use your common sense as to trying to withhold me from capital, which is, you know, big money, in order to do the things that I would like to do with my life and stuff, because I use the law to make it clear about what I know, what they did, and what I could prove. Okay? They dragged me around for 6 years on a case dismissal just because they didn't like what I was doing on Facebook, and they tried to teach me a lesson with it through my daughter and her body, and they're not getting away with it. So I've been calling the locals and doing what the Florida Department of Law Enforcement advised me to do, and of course that Mayor Maria Sachs has not called me back yet. I filed a police report on the administration, which is the 15th Circuit, the clerks, on how they were producing that kidnapping, which is through an imitation email. They still haven't made a move. An official police report with like 7 felony statutes was approved, probable cause, and they still haven't made a move. So that's how bad the deadlock is, meaning who paid to have this job done against me, and for all of the reasons that you imagine. That includes my singing. All of the reasons that you imagine that this could have happened to somebody, and you're watching it, boom, you're watching the credits roll, go right through Facebook, you are right. So that's where it's at. They're waiting. I'm waiting on a discipline review for them to see how a judge and their clerk decided on putting up a motion and then not putting up a motion. So that all those, the whole docket, the whole way that the paper trail lays out is all zigzagged, meaning that it's not official. So everything hasn't been put on the docket. Every motion has not been uploaded to that case. It's been pick and choose the story that they feel like writing. Now, I just had a threads. I put 2 threads up. I don't care about the one about this guy Jack Smith, who said he's resigning now, but that's pretty good to pay attention to, of all they purport in the feed that the Department of Justice is running and whatnot. Like if that case was blocking mine, and it was not, and it still does not. Anything that has to do with Trump should not have blocked my case. Okay, and it still should not. And then the other one is where I just called Rick Scott a radical left. I did not make a mistake with that. He's not a right-wing person. We're giving people that like to do things the right to the letter like that a bad name. He is a radical left person, which means that he's a person that commits to crimes. He's a white-collar criminal inside of the building, and he has negotiated my daughter's body inside of a government building, and he definitely told these judges she stays out there in the street. They tried to take my life. I don't know what changed the course of how I ended up back home, and I still don't have protective orders. They could dislike this video right now and show up right now and do what they were doing for the last 6 years and just making stuff up so that I get removed from my property, which is to mule me, to break down my genes. That's where it starts. It starts in my Facebook pictures. That's why CBS took whoever is behind that, which I can't prove right now, and I don't care who it is at the end of the day. I'm telling you right now, your wife duplicating my childhood stories about girls that I had to take care of in parking lots in self-defense. Girls in dance rooms at Kips Bay Boys Club. Yes, right, where Jennifer Lopez where she started off at, I used to swim for too. They got word of a little story about my childhood. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's find out if you behind it. If you called CBS and you told them to change the thumbnail to my Facebook page, which means you somehow they gave them access, because I was in a jail. I gave no one my password. They thought that I would die in there, and they were trying to write the story and watch the credits roll for that one too. I am not on your side. And I don't have federal protective orders. I don't know what changed the course of me being allowed to come home. But this is not going away. This is not going away. And that bill needs to be paid. We're not settling for less than $50 billion. Those are the little schizo program. The little schizo program of the things that I accept, the little messages in my head that I accept and that I don't accept. My father said no less than $50 billion for just pigging out my kid and for taking 30 pounds off of my body because you don't like your wife. That's your problem. This is not going away. And I don't know who you are, but you've been duly accepted on my page. So write a message before I delete you.